Hello everybody and welcome back to the 5-day neck reset challenge. This is day number 4. We are almost there. So just to recap, on day number 1, we started breathing. We understood the importance of being able to stop, drop the shoulders and breathe throughout the day, and also just be aware of the quality of our breath. Day 2, we went over self-massage techniques right in the suboccipital area. That tends to be an area that can sometimes give us tension headaches and restriction in through the neck itself and into the head. So we learned how to release tension there. Day number 3, we were introduced to Fantastic Four, some basic fundamental beginner strengthening exercises for the neck, but also beginning to integrate the rest of the body and seeing the connection there. Day 4 is going to build on that. So one of the things that I tell people, it's so important to understand, is that whatever body part you're treating, yes, it's important to understand what's going on in that particular body part, but more importantly is how it connects to everything else in the body. When you lift something up, your brain doesn't think, I'm going to use my finger flexors to hold on to this, and then I'm going to curl my bicep, curl my arm and use my bicep. Like, we don't move like robots. Everything is integrated. And so really we want to start doing whole body movements. And in doing so, you can create and facilitate the use of other muscles so that you're not using the neck to stabilize. Meaning, if something is heavy and I pick it up, but I don't have sufficient control in my trunk or in my shoulders to support it, guess what's going to do the work? My neck. So I'm going to introduce you to an exercise called the beast crawl. Now, this is going to use the rest of our bodies, so it's very, very important. If you're having any difficulty with this, let me know. Again, this is very generalized, so if you are looking to do one-on-ones, we'll speak privately. You can also ask the Q&A questions that we're going to have in our sessions to address some of those particular situations. But you're going to place the yoga block on your back, and this is going to give you a little bit of feedback to make sure that you don't drop your yoga block. We're going to tuck our toes, and it's very important that we have mobility through our feet. So we're going to start here, and what I want you to do is called a scat press, okay? So you are basically just going to bring the shoulder blades together and then push them apart. So I am doing this motion of pushing forward, bringing it back, but my back stays in an extended position. I am not rounding my back like a turtle, right? I'm just moving the shoulder blade in that position. So let's start here. And I'm going to push. And as you're doing this, you're remembering the breathing that we did before, right? So this is what we're going to start with. And then from here, you're actually going to hover. So tuck those toes, and you're going to lift your knees off the ground. And we're going to hold here, count out loud, count down with me. 10, 9, 8. And I want you to count out loud because you're actually using your pelvic floor when you're counting. And you're not as tight. We're not using those high threshold strategies if we can talk through the exercise. Now go ahead and try to do that scat press. And if you need a break in between, take it, because this is definitely can start feeling a bit of fatigue when you're doing this, especially if you're not used to it. So, how did it go? That's called your beast crawl with a scat press. That exercise integrates the whole body, meaning we're using the shoulders, we're loading the hips, we're loading the elbows, multiple body parts to help relieve tension in our neck. And I'm going to show you one more variation to that. So you have just the knees on the ground, the knee hover, and then we're going to add a hand lift and a foot lift. So let's try that again. We're going to go ahead. We can either stay here. We can try to come up on our knees. If you can do that, hold it steady, and then lift one hand. And you want to make sure you don't drop your block. Keep your back nice and flat. Hands stay underneath your shoulders. And I'm just going to do a little lift here, a little lift on my hand. And I'm breathing. 5 on each side. And then you're going to do the same thing at the feet. make sure that you can still talk through this. You're either counting or singing. Y'all don't want to hear me sing. I'm not a very good singer at all. I can somewhat dance, but that's the extent of what I can do. All right? All right, and then take a break. Whew. So, check in. See how you feel. Go ahead and bring your chin to your chest. How does that feel? Look up. How does that feel? Turn your head to the right. Turn your head to the left. And that's your beast crawl for today. So, another exercise that you can do. If you want, now that you guys have this today, you know, should you do all of it? Do you do one? Pick. You know, it's a beautiful thing to actually be able to make a choice that feels good for you. Breathing, you know, you got to do it every day. So you want to make sure you're consistent with that. The therapy balls, if you're feeling a little bit sore, you don't have to do them every day. You can do them every other day. Same thing with the neck exercise that we did yesterday. If you're feeling a little sore from doing that, you don't have to do that today. But if you want to go ahead and do the same routine, the breathing, the self-massage, the movement of the neck using Fantastic Four, and now adding the beast crawl, you can do that. Let me know how it goes. Make your videos, post it on Facebook. Let's hear how you're feeling, how you're doing. You guys comment on each other's posts. Let's make this really a community so that we're uplifting each other, and this is something that also provides a positive experience with movement. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow for day number 5. We're going to bring it all together.